wonderful learning individuals. It is a pleasure. I thank you so much for pressing the play button. How are you all doing today? I am Johnny, your host with HomeCountry Mathematics. It is so great to have you. Please feel free to stay because learning math is good for your brain. Now, let us learn some math together, shall we? All right. Hello. Welcome. We're continuing. We are in chapter 1-2, order of operations, doing we're practicing, doing lots of practicing of algebraic expressions. Again, I recommend the more you grind, the better you're going to get. Everyone learning and watching along supports you. We all do, myself included. So good luck and keep going. All right, let's do another one. We are We are substituting, and the question is t squared plus 8st plus r squared. Okay. So what we have here, just to organize it in your mind, we actually now have, three neighbors. We have a neighbor 1, and a neighbor 2, and a neighbor 3. Because we have a plus sign here and a plus sign here, we can do these and solve these by substitution first, of course. And we can do them independently of each other. Let me show you. First, we're going to substitute. So wherever you see the letter T, substitute that whole number value. In this case, it is a whole number. I am going to use rounded brackets or curved brackets. Don't forget your squared plus our whole number 8. And what we have here is 8 multiplied by t multiplied by s. One more time. I think my brain is reading faster than my mouth. Has to be. 8 multiplied by s multiplied by t. Since we are multiplying, I can use rounded brackets again. Wherever there's an s, put in the number 3. And don't forget your t. I can use brackets again. T is 11 plus r, using brackets again, because I have an exponent. It's r is squared, that is 2. All right, not so bad. All we have here is a whole number being squared plus 8 times 3 times 11 plus 2 squared. 11 squared is 121, if I am correct. I could do the long work, I guess. 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 1, 1. 0 place filler. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. With multiplication is addition. 1 plus 0, 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Bring down the 1 and 1. Let's do this. All right, I highly recommend you have your mathematics and or times table memorized. It's just going to help you grind your problems so much quicker. Again, if you think about it, you're most likely going to be on time constraints in regards to doing any exams, whether they are practice exams or midterm exams or final, whatever you're doing, you have time constraints. So as an example, if let's say you have 30 questions and you only have 1 hour, if you do the quick math in your head, that means you only have 2 minutes per question. Doesn't sound like a lot of time, but again, well, it probably isn't. And something I like to say, time flies when you're having fun. All right, so knowing this, having this memorized will help you grind your mathematics problems quicker. Also, you'll be able to find them common numbers, right? Between, this row, and this column. Okay? Make sense? I hope so. All right, 121 plus 8 times 3. There are numerous ways. It doesn't matter which numbers I multiply first. I can multiply 8 times 3 first, or I can multiply 3 times 11 first. It doesn't matter because they're all being multiplied together. So multiplication is multiplication, right? Again, or you could do them all at the same time, but I'm not even sure if you can. Is that possible? Probably not. Let's just break it apart here. Let's do 8 times 3, which is 24. We haven't done anything with the 11, so let's bring that down, okay? And then we're going to get this exponent done. So far we've gotten rid of one exponent. Again, this is independent of, it's its own neighborhood, right? Here's another neighborhood, and here's another neighborhood. We could solve these three independently of each other because of the multiplication signs. Again, multiplication, addition. Sorry guys and gals, I really have to pay attention when I'm talking or speaking because of the addition signs, is what I meant to say. Correction. Okay? Addition, subtraction is the very last thing we're doing. All right? Thank you for your patience and understanding. 2 squared is 4. All right, I'm going to do the long math here for this. 24 multiplied by 11. 4 times 1, 4. 2 times 1, 2. 0 place filler. Why a 0 place filler, do you ask? It's because now we're on the tens place. That's why. First we did the ones. Now we're doing the tens. This is why you need the place filler. Place filler 0. All right. 1 times 4. 4. 2 times 1. 2. Again, with multiplication is addition. 4 and 0. We're adding. It's 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. And just bringing down the 2. Because there's nothing Nothing happening here other than it's just a 2 hanging out. 264. So we have 121 plus 264 plus 4. So I'm going to add the 4 here, right, to this. Okay, because all we have, now we're down to the final step, addition, subtraction. Okay, so I'm going to add this 4 to this, which is going to basically be 268. Okay, all right, I'm going to clean this up. I didn't mean to do that. I'll just have to write it again. 264, right? Actually, I could go 268, but I'll show the work, yeah. $121 plus 264 plus 4 leaves me with 121 plus 268. All right, I cleaned that up so I could have room to do this. Eight and 1 is 9. 6 and 2 is 8. 2 and 1 is 3. 389 should be our answer. Come on, program, work with me. All right, let's check our answer. That one is question. I don't even have an answer for it. Okay, so hopefully I didn't make any mistakes anywhere. I don't have a key or a check sheet for answer key for this question. Hopefully everything's good. You guys and gals could check my work, but I'm gonna throw this out. There's your answer. All right, let's do one more here. 3 R in brackets R plus S close bracket squared, subtract 1. Okay, there's a lot going on here. That's okay, we'll simplify. All right, 3R. Again, even though we have 3 times R, this is 3 times R. Now I'd like to be clear here that these brackets, because we're multiplying here, these brackets, this 3R owns everything that's here. It literally owns it. Okay? So you can't move. Whoops. Wow factor. I don't know how I did that. Thank God I could undo. You can't just take this. You can't just take this and just move it wherever you want, right? It's not really the best example, but what I mean is if you move 3R anywhere, whether you turn it into a denominator or a numerator, for example, if you move 3R, these brackets have to go with it because it belongs together. The 3R owns whatever's here. Okay? Now that doesn't really make a lot of sense, I realize. Let me show you a quick example here. Right here. Bear with me. Where is that? Right here. Okay? This problem here, right? This is an example of people arguing on the internet, thinking one side thinks they have the right answer, the other side thinks they have the right answer. Okay? BODMAS, PEMDAS rules, yes, you do go left to right. That is correct. Not arguing that. But what we have here is a set of brackets. These, whatever's inside these brackets belongs to the 2. So that means that you'll do the BODMAS stuff inside the brackets, and then you multiply it by the 2. There are people that are going, well, left to right. That's great. You understand BODMAS, PEMDAS. Majority of us do. But this here is kind of like a left-hand side, right-hand side thing. Again, it's a numerator over denominator. That's why I've been teaching you guys and gals the left-hand side, right-hand side concepts. Because I think this is what a lot of people are missing. So what they do is they go 8 divided by 2 first. You can't do that. These like they're just totally ignoring the brackets. That's what they're doing, okay? You can't ignore the brackets. This belongs to this. This has to be done. So that's why I'm showing the work. Turning it into a numerator over denominator, the answer is 1. For those people that have 4, they have 8 for an answer, they're incorrect. Okay? Because this here is it all belongs together. You can't just go, hey, I'm taking the 2 from you. You could just do whatever, just go have a donut or something. You can't ignore this. Okay, that's kind of my point, right? I'm trying to be nice here, but that's why I'm showing the left-hand side, right-hand side stuff, because I think a lot of people miss this, right? This isn't taught. So what we have here is a numerator. The numerator is the 8, and all of this is the denominator. Okay? That's kind of why I got into that. I wanted you guys and gals to understand this. Okay? It's great that they went left to right, but that's incorrect. Another reason why I always say, whenever you have a problem where you see a division, this belongs together. This is attached at the hip to the number 2. You can't just ignore it. You don't just go straight 2 divided by 2, because you're literally ignoring this. And that is wrong. Okay? So this problem would look exactly like this. Okay? Again, I think they personally need more practice doing formulas, but that's just me. All right, let's get this finished. I think that's long enough. I hope that helps. Again, you're going to have to pay attention to those little details, right? Use my neighborhood concepts. Okay, so all of this belongs together. All right? This all belongs together because we're multiplying, guys and gals. All of it belongs together. It's all attached at the hip. Exactly why I'm saying you can't just move 3R to wherever you feel like and ignore this. You can't. Okay? It belongs together. If you move 3R, you have to move everything else with it. Okay? As an example. All right. So let us substitute. Let's just do that. Okay? So 3 times R, which is 2. I guess I could just continue using regular rounded brackets. Okay, I'm going to put a times there. It's okay to do that. And go R plus S, R, which is 2, plus S, which is 3, and squared. Okay? And then don't forget your minus 1. Again, now we have a neighborhood. This is a left-hand side, and this is a right-hand side. Because of this. This is the very last step. That's step 3 right there. Okay? So we can work this problem independently of each other. The right-hand side, there's nothing going on. Okay? So here's another point I want to make. This exponent squared, it belongs to this. Okay? The squared belongs to whatever is inside the parentheses. It has nothing to do with this. Nothing. 0. Yes, we're multiplying this to this, but the squared is only for whatever's inside the parentheses. Okay? So we have to do the work. All right? I'm trying to be kind of adamant and clear about this with you guys and gals. All right? So let's get rid of the exponent first. 2 plus 3 is 5. That's squared. Subtract 1. Okay, all this is still multiplication. I could write it like this. 3 times 2 times 5 times 5. If I wanted to show all the work. Okay? Or I could simply just go right here. Get rid of the exponent, because that's what we're doing. Okay, exponent is now gone. 25 times 2, if you think of money, 2 quarters is 50 cents, right? Doesn't matter where a decimal is, boys and girls, it's still a 50. So I have 3 times 50. Let me just clear that up. 3. I've worked on this here. This is what I've done. 3 times 50. Subtract 1. I'm going to bring up the work right here. 3 50s, right? We know 50 and 50 is 100. Plus another 50 is 150, right? 50 plus 50 plus another 50. We have 3 50s, right? I could use 3 50s right now, to be honest. 350 is 150, and then don't forget your subtraction. There we go. Now we're down to last step. Step 3. Simple math. Our answer is 149. Okay, and I'm going to go like this. This video probably took a little bit longer. I do apologize, but I wanted to show that example. Let me check my answer here, number 31. Let's see if I even know how to do algebra. Here, this is the answer. No, it's not. That's not the answer. Man, I'm so silly. I pressed the wrong button. Am I right? There we go. 149 is the answer. Good job. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys and gals in the next video. Appreciate you learning along. I'm Johnny. That is it for now. I'll say take care and